As my good friend Keith Lemon once said, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is true. And you know what? He might have been talking some sense for the first time in his life.
Well, this weekend sees the launch of a new anti-aging cream that's made using caviar and promises to boost radiance and give you silky smooth skin, all for £7. So, is it any good? Beauty editor Nadine Baggott thinks it might be. So, welcome. Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you.
Right then, how does that work? That you end up with something that uses caviar that looks incredibly expensive can now be £7?
Because what most people don't realise is there are key companies that have active ingredients, and what they do is they spend years developing them. It can cost millions of pounds. They then license them to to the highest bidder, essentially, which essentially was La Prairie 25 years ago. And then eventually that licence runs out and the technology filters down and eventually it ends up on the high street. So you can end up with exactly the same active ingredient.
Same active ingredient. So
I wouldn't say it's 100% the same, because obviously there's going to be some ingredients that cost more than others. But absolutely, caviar is stocked full of fish oils, vitamins and minerals. It's as good for your skin as it is if you eat it. And so finally, we can find creams, active ingredients that started high-end, and eventually 2 or 3 years down the line, they end up on the high street.
And you say that some of them are even made in the same factory?
Without a doubt. While the ingredients that are in, say, for example, Sederma, which is a peptide. So, for example, it's available in Strivectin, which is around £100. It's also available in Olay Regenerist. That active ingredient is made in one large multi-corporate factory. And then what happens is they sell the active ingredient out, and then it goes to all the different skincare companies around the world. So it's available for everything from £5 up to £500.
That's incredible. Well, talk us through some of the ones that you've brought here today.
So let's start with the Aldi Cream, OK? So the Aldi Lacura Cream goes on sale this weekend, £6.99. And that actually does
nice
have...
as well,
beautiful packaging. The high-end equivalent is La Prairie, £292.
Can I just... Is it actually in there?
No, absolutely. Pick it up, have a go,
hang
open it up. And the La Prairie one has been around for 25 years.
I mean, it smells lovely.
It's a cult cream.
Do you want to try some?
What you will get is you'll get a similar active ingredient.
It smells really
nice. The packaging will be slightly cheaper.
Maybe the I always do have a little test just to make sure it's not greasy, it doesn't sit on the skin, but actually that feels really rather lovely.
New technology now means that it can go into your skin in seconds.
Yeah.
And what I say is, if it has less active ingredient in, at £7, you can surely apply it twice as much, or 20 or 30 times as much. I'm not saying don't buy expensive creams, but if you're a savvy consumer, wait 2 or 3 years, you'll see those ingredients appear on the high street.
OK.
Let's move along. As I mentioned earlier on, next to you is the Olay Regenerist Serum, £29.99. That has that peptide in. What peptide is? There's a piece of protein that goes on the skin, and your skin recognises and says, oh, I'm damaged, I better repair myself. So it tricks your skin into repairing itself. £29.99, the original cream that it was available in 5 or 6 years ago, available from Selfridges, £70. Both brilliant products, but if you just wait a little while, that active ingredient will be available on the high street at a fraction of the cost.
That's incredible.
And next one is Body Shop.
Seaweed. OK, so Seaweed, we all know creme de la mer. I remember, I've been a beauty editor for 20 years. When it was first launched, the first cream over £100. We were so shocked. Now it's available. Every product is available over £100. But if you wait just a little while, the Body Shop has a seaweed range. Now, seaweed is very clever because seaweed manages to survive in salt water, in very cold temperatures, then it washes up on the shore, the sun bakes it, and yet still it's alive and it's vibrant. And cosmetic scientists want to know, can that have the same effect on skin? And they've worked out it's a brilliant antioxidant, so it protects you against pollution, stress. And the difference in price, so obviously, creme de la mer, a completely huge A-list product, £108. Body Shop, £13.
Why has no cream combined all of the active ingredients all together? So they've got the seaweed, they've got the caviar, they've got the peptide, or
Can
whatever
I hire you to work with me?
Because but you think that they would?
Question in the world, and that's because the truth of the matter is, beauty companies want to sell you more than one product.
So, right, OK.
Of course they do.
But so the best moisturiser would be if you took all the cheapy ones of this and applied 3 of them?
Maybe at different times of the day. So, for example, you would use one at night, you would use the seaweed one during the day to protect your skin, the peptide one at night, for example, or the caviar one if you've got drier skin.
It's very clever, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the beauty business is a multi-billion-pound business, and their idea is to sell you as many
products as possible. OK.
Brightening, tightening potion.
Finally, pullulan. Pullulan is a super exciting ingredient. It's actually a thickening ingredient. It's derived from a sugar. And when they found it in food, they found that actually, if you put it on the back of your hand, it tightened as it dried. And it literally does. For first thing in the morning, you're going to love this, guys. Use this one backstage. So basically, Estee Lauder have new dimensions.
You're suggesting that both of us need it?
No, I do. You definitely don't. You have not aged a day in the 15 years I've known you, Phillip Schofield. Shape and Fill is available. It's a brand new serum available from Estee Lauder. It literally does tighten as it dries. It's a sugar that tightens on the skin. But it's also available in foundations and in Urban Decay Primer. This is a brand new ingredient, but I can pretty much guarantee in 2 years' time, I'll come back. This will be available on the high street.
So that's the newest one that hasn't filtered down.
So that's this is the cheaper version here.
That's the cheaper version. Again, still not super high street, but trust me, in 2 or 3 years' time, we'll all be talking about pullulan. Pullulan. And can I just say, there are 3 tips I want to give. Please look at the list of ingredients and Google it. You can Google anything nowadays. You can have the knowledge that I have from 20 years in the industry. And then at the end of the day, please don't believe that the more you pay, the better you get. It might be true, but in 2 or 3 years' time, those products will be available on the high street.
So you're not quick to run out and buy expensive skincare then?
As a beauty editor, I get given a lot of free stuff. If I lost my job tomorrow, honestly, hand on heart, I probably wouldn't pay more than £60 or £7, which is still eye-watering for any product. £200 or £300, no, I would wait, I have to say, for the active ingredients to be available on the high street. It's just too much money.
Good to know.
Thanks, Nadine.
Thank
you very much indeed.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you very much.